Is it
Hello.
working?
What's happening, Kyle?
Going on?
Oh, just
Welcome
another.
back.
You're kind
Welcome to the Two Hunting Preachers podcast.
of live edition.
Yeah.
Bang here. This is the Two Hunting Preachers podcast. My name is John. This is Kyle. Not across the table from me today, but across the county. And we're coming to you live. Finally, we have said so many times, coming to you live from Old 22 Studios. And it was the furthest thing from the truth. But tonight we are coming to you live from Old
Right.
22 Studios in beautiful Perry County.
Looks like you're sitting in the woods.
Yeah, man. I hung a tree stand down here at my desk.
What's going on?
Oh, well, I got off work early today, and I went and hung my first tree stand up at the lease.
Okay.
So I got to stand in the tree, and of course it was a fiasco as usual. Did you see that pop up?
I did. Yep.
Okay. That must be what happens when you do a live stream.
Yeah. Comments come floating across the screen.
I guess. Looks like our only watcher so far.
That's all right.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, my first tree stand today in preparation for Saturday. And let's just say it was a fiasco. I had never hung a stand where it wasn't a fiasco. I don't know how these guys do it who are mobile hunters and go up and down trees. Oh, my lands.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm putting my sticks up, right? I go up with my sticks, come back down. I attach my rope to the stand so I can pull it up. Climb back up my sticks. I got my lineman's belt around the tree and everything. Start pulling up my stand, and I noticed that there's a strap laying on the ground. The one that connects the stand to the tree.
Yep.
Yeah, was not connected to the tree stand. So back down the tree I went.
That one's not optional.
Yeah, you got to have that one to hang a tree stand. So anyway, went back down, went back up. Of course, I took one of those lifelines with me, and
Mm-hmm.
one of the sticks, one of the footholds on the sticks, one of the steps. I hung it off of there. I thought, when I'm done hanging the stand, I'll just go around a tree with it. Well, I got done hanging the stand and stepped into it. And when I stepped into it, I kicked the rope off. Down it fell. So I'm up there, no lifeline. I was still connected to the tree with my tether. I took my lineman's belt out, tethered, stepped into
Yep.
the. Oh, my word. Anyway, all of that took like an hour.
A little rusty, huh?
Yeah. I am every time I do it because I hate doing it.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy stand?
Maybe the one time it went well.
I think the only time it went well was when we were hunting 38 special that one time. We got both
Yeah.
hung and in the tree, and we're hunting by daylight.
Yeah, you were like a monkey in that tree that day. I just watched, I think.
Yeah, I think I hung both those stands that night. Anyway,
Yeah.
I got it in the tree. It's in I'm thinking a really good spot. I got
Okay.
kind of the property is right on a ridge, and if we were, really had our act together, I would pop up a little Onyx map and show you where everything is, but show
Yeah.
the contour lines. But since we're not, I got it. So the top of the ridge just basically runs down the center of the property, and I got it just off the top on this side. But I can see down. There's like a bench about 25 yards down on the other side. I can see down to that bench, probably a length of I don't know, 80 yards from end to end, what I can actually see on that bench. So anyway, I should be able to see any deer working their way back and forth there. The acorns are like carpet in the woods. It is unbelievable the amount of acorns this year. I don't know.
Yeah.
What was your experience on the public land you've been on so far?
Um,
Not really.
so I don't know about the public land because I haven't been there in a while, but behind my house, I was checking a trail cam, and it was just like every 4 seconds sounded like someone was throwing
Yeah,
an acorn out of the tree.
it sounds like it's raining up there. And you not right away, beginning of archery, but it is up there this year, man.
Yeah.
You're there, so. But anyway, it is unbelievable the amount of acorns on the ground. So I don't know if that'll help with concentrating the deer there, or if it's everywhere like that. You know what I mean? They don't have to move to go find food. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
They can just eat out of their beds.
Yeah. I hung my stand. I'm really like digging this set because there's a pine tree right beside the tree I hung in, and I kind of hung straight out towards that pine tree. So I don't
Yeah.
have anything straight in front of me because the pine tree is right there. But
Yeah.
will be. So the pine tree goes up and it's like layers of branches. I'm like right between two of those layers. It's pretty cool setup. I'm like,
Yeah. That
it should,
sounds cool.
it should provide cover even after all the leaves are off the trees.
Yeah. Do you think you'd be able to draw behind it if you saw something coming or no?
Uh, somewhat. I mean, it's only maybe a 6-inch tree. You know,
Oh, okay.
a big pine tree. It's a smaller one. So yeah, I got it set and I sat down in it and I was looking around trying to clear some shooting lanes and everything. And I was like, man, this is a nice spot.
Yeah.
You know how over at the farm, like no matter where you sat, you heard something or somebody, like
Yep.
like a neighbor, the road, a
A
farmer,
forklift backing up.
a what?
A forklift backing up.
What man, over there it's just quiet. I'm like, man, I love this. So anyway, I went up there tonight and I've got some news about it. The tree stand, the ladder stand is gone
Wow.
from the property. The one that I had talked about on earlier videos. That stand is gone. So somebody was there. I don't know if they saw it on YouTube or if they just came in and saw the posted signs or what. But the stand's gone, which is great. And it
Yeah.
doesn't nothing looks like it was vandalized or messed with. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I did that, got it hung. I pulled a card. I had a trail camera there within about 20 yards of where I was going to hang that stand, and that's been soaking for over 2 weeks. I have not actually looked at that yet, so I'm real excited to look at that.
Oh man. I
So
bet.
I'll probably plug that in later tonight, and if there's nothing on it, I'll be like, "Oh man!" So anyway, that's what I did. We want to talk about tonight a couple of things. We are a mere 2 days from the opening of Pennsylvania's archery season, at least where we hunt at, which is 4B. The southeastern corner has been open, I think, 2 weeks, something like that.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they open early down there in the special reg area. But anyway, we are open here on Saturday, which this will be the first year in 12 years that I'm not going to the farm on opening day. Going to be weird.
Wow.
There was one stand there at the farm where I shot either a doe or a buck opening day of archery season for like 4 years in a row out of that one stand up behind the pond there. So
Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to be like. So far, what I'm seeing on the trail cameras, because this piece of property is so far up in the mountain, it's like the deer movement on the cameras is mid morning, early evening. It's all daylight, almost all daylight movement, which is pretty cool, really. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes. So, but anyway,
It's interesting that you say that because I can concur on that morning movement. And I got anything from a couple doe walking by to a shooter buck in
mid,
broad daylight in morning. Yeah.
yeah.
Out to 9:30 in the morning. So I have a feeling they're about to change their ways though.
Well, yeah. Well, I think I'm in for somewhat of a learning curve on this property because for the past 12 years I've been hunting a farm, almost all field edges, you know, food plots, no real big chunks of timber, if you know what I mean.
Right.
A lot I think it's easier to, I mean, you can look at the field, you can sit and watch the field at night and see where they come out. You know where their main travel corridors are and everything. With this property, it's been somewhat difficult. I've been moving the cameras all around to different places to try to figure out what the general direction of movement is on the property. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you're coming from in the morning and where are they going to in the evening? You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I don't really know yet. I don't really have it pinned down. I kind of know just by some of the places I've had the cameras. The deer come from you can tell by where they're coming from in and out of the frame, which direction they're traveling. But I don't know, it's a little difficult. It's different. I'm sure Kurt could fill us in on all this, all the mountain hunting that he does.
Yeah. Yeah. That guy who moved his stand is probably putting it up in my spot.
I don't know. It looked like an 18-foot ladder stand. I'm
Oh, boy.
First tree stand was a 12-foot steel ladder stand, and that thing would break your back carrying it.
Yeah.
Ladder stands, but they're good for long term if you're going to be somewhere for long term, but
Yeah.
not so mobile. So anyway, I'm ready somewhat. I got my bow out yesterday afternoon and shot it. I also shot my boss's old bow, which is also
Okay.
the one Nate gave me.
Yeah.
I shot that thing some. That thing actually shoots pretty good. I was slapping veins pretty regularly shooting that thing, which was
Wow.
surprising. It's one of those old ones with like a 40-inch axle to axle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am way behind on practice this year. How about you? You've been tuned up on your bow or
I
letting
have
it
been
run?
shooting it a lot this month. Um, I got that black gold sight back from them. I sent it out there for some warranty work, and
Yeah.
I've been tuning it back in. So, yeah.
Is it indeed fixed?
Yeah. Seems to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got taking my daughter out. She's going to be in a ground blind, which I had never enjoyed ground blind hunting. I don't know about you.
Mm,
Can't get into it. I don't like the feeling of being enclosed. Although I have seen some guys doing reviews on that ground blind that's like the see-through mesh. Have you seen them?
I have. Yeah.
Camp Benny did one, and somebody else I was watching did one where you can see through the mesh the whole way around you, which I don't know, maybe I'd still be acting like they could see me. You know what I mean? If,
Yeah.
if you could see out through it, I'm thinking, they can see me by every movement. I just never could get onto the ground blind hunting. But Hannah will be hunting in a ground blind on Saturday. She's pretty excited about that. So
Bet.
that'll be
What's the weather? What are they calling for?
so it's supposed to have some showers tomorrow and then clear out. and then it's supposed to warm up. It's supposed to be in the middle to upper 70s, which is hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the opening day of archery season. But that never stopped me before. How about you?
No, in the morning will be cool enough. You could
Yeah.
scratch the itch and then get out of there.
Yeah. So you got a big hunt coming up. You will be missing the archery opener in Pennsylvania
That's
and
right.
Idaho, and hunting for world-class elk.
Well, elk, I don't know if they'll be world class.
I thought you told me nothing under 380.
Well, that's the first day.
Hi, Ruth.
Hey, Ruth.
What's happening? Yeah. So, what's the excitement level there? Are you ready? Are you packed? I mean, you got one day left if you're not.
Yeah, I have been trying. It just seems like every time I think I'm packed, I I I think of something else, and then
Yeah.
I thought, well, I'll go out there with my pack all packed up, and I'm going to throw it in like a hockey bag, and then pack stuff around it, and that'll be my checked item. But I keep remembering that with them packs, you got to fill up the water bladders first and put them in there, or else they are the pain in the butt to get in there after you have that thing stuffed full. So,
Can't really fly with a full water bladder, can you?
no, that's the other thing. But what I'm saying is, if I have it completely packed, get there, fill up the water bladder.
Oh, okay. You won't be able to jam it down in.
No, and then you risk the thing blowing up and everything. So, I
Go.
I am on edge.
Are you really?
Yeah, it's just a lot. It's just I can't forget stuff, and I'm just like making a list, checking it twice. Got to fly with a firearm. Never did that. Stuff like that.
So are you like on edge because you think you might forget something important, or you think something horrible is going to go wrong, or what?
20% forget something, and 80% recent airline stories have been of the ineffectiveness to actually get on planes and connectors. And I just hear that the airlines anymore are just like bad. So I don't know.
Where's your faith, man?
Yeah, I know. In man, not much.
So while we are climbing into our stands for the first hunt of the year, you will be on an airplane headed to Idaho.
Yeah, I'll be waiting for them polos for the first shed blood of the season.
Yeah.
Did you see Ruth asked who was going to kill something first?
Yeah. Yeah, I will.
I probably think so too, because you usually shoot at stuff you see. So
yeah. I'm not real picky, but you got first. You know what I mean? Actually,
yeah.
I'd be surprised if Hannah did. That spot she's in is a real good spot. I think
Yeah,
she's
good.
gonna see deer opening morning.
Yeah,
Wouldn't surprise me one bit if she was the first one to draw blood.
yeah, that'd be right. So that'd be good. Joe has called in 2 elk for me, so I probably should let him shoot first, don't you think?
I think maybe not to. That'd be a good thing. That'd be the friendly thing to do.
Or should I run over and push him out of the way and start shooting?
Get out of the way, Joe. It's my elk.
No, I can't do that. But
that friendship.
but yeah, they are calling for some weather above 6,000 to 7,000 feet, which we will be at. So I'm thinking I'm hoping like the Western hunter, like if you pictured hunting elk with a rifle and the snow flying, that's what I'm hoping for.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. If I know that I'm going to be sleeping out in it, I don't know if I'd be rooting for that.
Yeah, I'm going prepared. I feel like I got the equipment to handle it. As long as it don't get down, below 25 and I'm not soaking wet, I think I'll be all right.
My goodness.
So
20
that weather's supposed to be Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday, and then clear out. Which, to me, you know how it is when systems go through and it clears out. I mean, from east to west coast, it seems like the animals get up on their feet. You know what I mean? So,
Yep. So you're flying out Saturday. Season begins Sunday. Will you
yeah,
be hunting on Sunday?
I am. Yeah.
Backslider, you.
Well, I figured it was vacation, so.
Oh, see, no excuse.
So yeah, I will be. I want to be there.
Hey,
I
Caleb.
want to. I want to be there opening morning. So we are planning. So Saturday morning looks like me leaving Baltimore, the glorious city of Baltimore, and I hope to lay my head down on my air pillow in the subalpine of the Rocky Mountains that night. So
So you're hoping to be back in there.
I am, yeah.
Wow. Good grief. Don't you think
I
you'll
mean,
have suffering from a little bit of jet lag by that time?
yeah, but you know how it is. You don't ever sleep right the night before opening day, so you might as well be productive while you sitting there.
You know,
Jimming.
when I first started hunting, rifle season was like Christmas Eve. Couldn't sleep, lay there, look at the ceiling, all those sorts of things. Oh, absolutely loved it, lived for it. But since they've changed it from opening day being Monday of rifle season to Saturday, I gotta say, archery opener is like has become that for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I just the rifle opener on Saturday morning just does not hold the same kind of appeal to me anymore. Some whatever reason. But
They've definitely cheapened it. Doesn't it feel that way? Like
yeah, it just
it's in
does.
the middle of your holiday weekend. It's like, come on, you can't even take Monday off of work.
Yeah, it
I
was like
guess you can, but
anyway, yeah. So I mean, the night before archery season is my favorite now, but used to be rifle, but I don't know. I'm kind of falling out of favor with rifle hunting, mostly because I don't really view it as real hunting anymore. I mean, it's you go out. I mean, especially if you're hunting public land, you
last year,
wait for somebody else to chase something. But there's unless you're way back in, you're not seeing any natural deer movement.
oh no, no.
You
Last year I remember opening day of rifle, I didn't know if the revolution had begun or people were shooting at deer.
Man, you
But
should have around some of those days back at the log house, back when duck was 3 days.
oh man.
Duck was over. Oh my lands! It sounded like World War III out there. That's when I wasn't enough to hunt yet, and I was sitting there looking out the windows, seeing if a deer run by.
Yeah. Yeah, so big weekend, big opening weekend, sort of why we're doing this live podcast. It is hunting season is about to commence, so pretty exciting.
Yep. The the elk numbers where you are going. What are they looking like? Are they above target? Are they low? Like, what are you expecting in that area when you get there?
It is definitely an above objective area. I I think it's either above or within objective. Definitely not below, because I know a couple years ago they had reduced tags in that area because I believe they liked how it was going. So, what's interesting is I've never hunted this area. So
It's in the Sawtooth Range, but it's not in the same units we've hunted before.
yeah, it's south of where me and you were, southeast. So I expect it to be very similar. So
Yeah. Are you hunting? Are you hunting burns? What are you hunting?
that's a good question, because I have not looked at the recent burns in that unit, and I probably should know that information.
Yeah.
And somehow I've gotten to September 28th, and that information has slipped through the cracks. We are going off intel, locals intel, and previous tag holder intel to start off, and then we'll see how it goes.
Right.
I mean, according to the forums, there hasn't been an elk in that unit in 6 years.
You know how trustworthy forums are.
Man, O'Day, you want to talk about wet blankets?
Yeah, if you want to get depressed about hunting, just go on a hunting forum.
Yeah.
Man, nothing is ever right.
Yeah. Wolves.
I see. Oh, I went to my game land and it was a pumpkin patch. It was guys everywhere. And then the next post, oh, well, there's no deer, and then the next post, man, we just can't get any new hunters into hunting. Talk about.
Yeah. Yes. That is a very good summary of it. Yep.
Yeah. So hunting forums are kind of like my
I don't know.
much of that.
I don't know if you've looked at the price of any hunting gear, but usually whenever there's less demand, the price goes lower. So I don't know if you've looked at prices recently. It doesn't seem like demand for hunting gear is driving the cost down. I've looked at hunting gear and been like, this stuff will not stop going up. So,
well, they took it from just being clothing to being gear.
that's true.
That's where they made the jump from just charging normal prices for it to charging an arm and a leg. This isn't just clothing. This is technical gear, Which
Yeah. Caleb Cup asks, how do you get the meat back to PA?
That's a good question. How do you do that, Kyle?
Well, I am going to attempt to fly it back as checked luggage, and I've heard about this being done, and as long as it's frozen solid and doesn't have the ability to leak, I should be all right.
What I want to know is the guy looking at the machine as that bag goes through the scanner. 85 pounds of meat.
So when I'm out there and I get to see Johnny Moonwalker, I will. He told me several times now how his hunting partner, who is in the military and has lived all over the place, and they've gone out and shot elk and shot deer, and he was explaining to me how to do this. So I'll just have to get a refresher from him on how to fly with this. It's got to be frozen solid, and obviously, any layovers would be a huge detriment to my freezer at home. So
you're thinking you're going to be able to check it. I thought that was something that only Gary Lucher could get away with.
Yeah. Well, if he can do it, I can do it. I'll tell him that.
Yeah. You tell him that next time you see him.
Hey, I once knew this Baptist preacher who did this. This is all right.
Yeah. This'll fly.
Yeah.
So there brings up another question. If you shoot a decent sized elk, like how many pounds of meat and how many suitcases is that going to take? Like, what are you allowed? 50 pounds, 60 pounds on a
50 pounds. Yeah.
50?
Well, 50 pounds is the weight limit, but
Yeah.
I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old who are allotted 2 checked pieces of luggage as well. So they'll be gifting their father their checked luggage. You know what I mean? They're generous like that.
They love their father. Oh, yes. So how long is it going to take to shoot this out? How many days is it going to
Well, if they're still bugling, I
Is
think
is that
chances are pretty good. It
Like-
is, yeah. I've heard elk bugle into the middle of October.
okay?
Yeah.
Going to be able to call them in, like, or is that time passed?
I'm gonna probably be cow call heavy, yeah, because they might be searching for the last like doe or cow and estrus type situation. So, and tomorrow, I don't know if you know this, it's the harvest moon. You know how they started naming each moon, full moon of the month. Tomorrow is the harvest moon. So, if you know anything about elk and the breeding cycles and all that, with you know light exposure is kind of how they know. But anyway, that the week prior to that full moon, apparently in elk lore, is like when they really go into rut. So I should be hitting the tail end of that.
Okay.
So,
So
and I got a rifle, so I should be able to shoot further than 60 yards.
that is a great equalizer.
Yeah.
Right? What do you come?
Unless you've watched the range video, then you know.
Say, so I have watched the range video. I actually edited that video. What range are you comfortable to? After having done those scenarios at the range, like what's your comfort range? What are you looking at? Like, yeah, I can put down an elk from this
I'm
range.
gonna say I'm not gonna narrow down to an exact number. I'm gonna say about 300 yards.
You think you
I
can
mean,
get
if an elk's standing at 312 yards, I feel like that's within my range.
okay?
Now, if it's at like 350, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lob ammo,
Yeah,
but who knows? Joe, I don't know what I think he might be shooting like a 7mm mag, or I don't even know. I don't know what he's shooting. Maybe he has a longer range rifle. He can reach out there. I don't know.
yeah.
So,
What do you think about carrying this 30-06 with the wood stock around the mountain? You think that's going to get heavy on you, or because every time you see guys hunting out west, they got the super light composite stocks, all those things, and here you go with your, walnut stock. Is there really that much weight savings from wood to that stuff? Like, what's the difference there?
I mean, we weighed the gun, your gun. It was only 8 and some pounds, which is pretty average.
Is that
I have a Howa there. I always thought that thing to be at least 8 pounds. They're heavy. I mean, you know what I mean? It's just there's places to save weight, but I don't think that that's one of them. You know, so I'm using the Browning medallion, calibered in 30-06 with Norma Bond Strikes 180 grain bullets. Someone asked in the comments. I'm sure you saw there.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. 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 That's not where I'm looking to save weight. I actually kind of think it's cool because, like, those are the rifles we grew up hunting with, right?
Right.
A wood stock rifle with, so, you know.
So I I've given you a couple of cameras to take along.
Yep. You've gifted me one too. Thanks for that.
But I figured this was the only way to guilt you into actually taking some footage of this hunt.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll probably work.
No shot, man.
Hey, Joe's got a cameraman. I don't know about my hunting and my kill shot, but Joe's got a cameraman with him. So
Yeah.
might be the star of this Western elk hunt.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've actually ever seen him on video yet.
Maybe a glimpse.
Yeah.
But
That's awesome. Can't wait to see those results come in.
yeah.
How old are you gonna be if you don't shoot one?
How bummed.
Yeah.
Oh man. If we don't get an elk, then I got a lot of explaining to do. I don't know. I mean, at least a legal bull. I mean, even when me and you went, we would have at least had the opportunity, right? With rifles in our hand.
Yeah.
So I know that Joe and I, if all else fails, we have been known to like pound the dirt and pound the pavement and like go till we find something that looks elky. Find something. See, that's the excitement about the snow, right? Because there's no just debating a fresh track in that.
Right.
So whether we got to follow tracks till we figure out what's going on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Are you getting the? Are you seeing the live chat come up?
Usually, if someone comments, I am.
Some reason it quit on my end.
Oh, okay. Wolf tags are only $30. I was thinking about maybe getting one. The only thing is, I got to look in the regs and see if they make like. I want to know if you kill one, if immediately you have to take it to the fishing game, or if you can, you know what I mean. I don't know how that works, but here's the thing about that. They're not easy to kill and they're not stupid. Like usually what I've heard, I've never actually seen one, but what I've heard is like people catch glimpses of them as they're like cresting over the mountain and out, gone. You know what I mean? So
You've never actually seen one when you were out hunting, have you?
no, I've crossed like tracks and stuff, but
Yeah.
unless that weird thing that was following us that one night, but
Yeah. That was on a previous podcast, if you're wondering. His tall tale was concerning a yellow-eyed creature that was following him in the dark.
yeah, we haven't done a tall tale in a while. No, not really, but we'll have to include that on one of these.
You believe we've been talking for 38 minutes?
Yeah, we're full of hot air, aren't we?
Oh man, that's hilarious. So anyway, I want to on this podcast also. We're going to take a look in the old black book for a second here. Matthew chapter 8 and verse number 19 says, "And a certain scribe came and said unto him, Master, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. And Jesus saith unto him, The foxes have holes, and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head." So from that I gather that the Lord spent quite a few days and nights in the great outdoors, even though he was not hunting. Would you agree with that assessment of the passage?
I would.
Yeah, and just in comparing to other scriptures that you read, you don't read him spending the night very many times in somebody's house. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he was an outdoorsy kind of guy. which is pretty cool when you think about it.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe a little more outdoorsy than I am. I don't know about you. You were talking earlier about you're prepared, if it goes down to a certain temperature. That's something I cannot hack, sleeping out. Like, if it's getting down anywhere in the 30s, it doesn't matter how much clothing, how good a sleeping bag I have, I'm cold. I always wake up, 2 o'clock in the morning, just teeth chattering cold. Like, do you have that trouble, or that doesn't bother you?
Um, no, the thing is, I kind of in the backcountry. I'm not. I wake up a lot anyway, so usually it's because my arm or something has come out of the sleeping bag and temperature change and weird noise here and there. So I don't expect. You know what I mean? I don't really expect to have a good night's sleep. So usually I just chalk it up to that and roll over, sleep for another hour, roll over, sleep for another hour.
Yeah. But I guess the climate is a little bit different over in Israel than it is
I
here.
was gonna say that, yeah.
So, I mean, I understand that part of it, but it doesn't change the fact that you're sleeping out. Like, what are you sleeping on?
Mhm.
Have you ever slept out in a tent with nothing underneath you? I'm sure, like in the backcountry, you have, or have you always had a sleeping pad?
No, yeah, I've always taken a sleeping pad,
Oh,
whether
okay.
it was the $20 Walmart thin foam one. I've always had at least something.
I don't know about
Yeah,
you. I've slept out in tents before with just a sleeping bag, nothing under me. I can't even hardly move in the mornings.
yeah,
Imagine doing that night after night after night for years.
yeah, yeah.
I think he was quite the, long-haired pansy that they portray him to be.
Right, yeah,
I think he was a man. He was an outdoorsman anyway. He was outdoors a lot of his public ministry.
yeah.
Anyway, there was something else I was going to ask you about the sleeping arrangements on this trip. I can't remember what it was right now. I guess it's good to write these things down. Kyle was
Yeah,
on before we got on here. I said, "Don't worry, I'll take it from here."
yeah. You
Follow up.
have.
So
How
opening week.
many- Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you.
Caleb's asking, how many days am I going out? Sunday. So we're prepared to hunt from Sunday, come out Saturday. If now that's not, we do plan to return to the truck before then. We're if an area is dead, we'll get out of there and regroup and move and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But I man, if we don't have filled tags by that Saturday, then it's a lot harder of a hunt than I was thinking. I mean, historically, this hunt has a 50% success rate, and we're used to 10% with our bows.
Yeah.
So,
So one out of every two hunters killed something in this unit on this hunt.
4 years ago, there was like an 86% success rate. So I don't know, just a good year or what? I don't know what the circumstances were. Maybe
Like, that's really going to be bad.
say that again.
If you don't shoot anything, that's really going to be bad.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll really be able to bust your chops then.
You will. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so we beat that subject to death sufficiently, haven't we?
We have. When does the pack dump video come out?
Well,
If,
here's the thing. Here's the thing about the pack dump video.
uh-oh.
It's 48 minutes long plus the 6-minute outro. So it's 54 minutes long. My internet connection it's going to take days to upload that.
Wow.
That form. So I'm kind of debating on whether I want to, because it's not really like a video you want to just chop up, because there's lots of good information in it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like really exciting. What's up? Oh, somebody brought me a question sheet here. Yeah, for some reason I can't see the question.
Oh, I have a question here from the chat. Becca Bard said, how many miles? Oh, let me get it back up here. How many miles do you think you'll have to hike till you see one out there? Hopefully about a half a mile. We're going to be 2 to 3 to start.
Yeah.
Elk are like deer, like whitetail deer, though. They'll live in this way. They'll live in tight to roads and stuff. As long as you're not literally walking through where they're living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're a lot more of a herd animal than a whitetail is.
Yeah, I will agree with that. But I meant in a way like a whitetail deer will live out in the tiniest little patch of whatever, you know? So.
Yeah. Anyway, where was I before I got interrupted there? Talking about the pack dump video.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know. I'm thinking about just throwing the whole thing up there. I mean, no knock on you, but it's not real exciting. Kind of boring.
Yeah, you'd have to be interested in the subject to stay tuned.
It's mostly informational.
Yeah.
Not really like gonna reach out and grab you.
Yeah.
What on this channel does.
Still waiting.
Oh man, I don't know why I can't see this chat. Anyway,
what happens when you hit the little chat icon?
Nothing.
Oh.
Live chat. Yeah, so anyway, we just wanted to hop on here tonight and kind of go over some of our plans for opening weekend. I'll probably only be hunting Saturday morning up until maybe noon. I mean, if it's going to be that hot, I'm not seeing. We got prayer meeting in the evening anyway, so that kind of puts the kibosh on. I've done it before. Go out and go hunting, and then leave, right when the action's getting good, scare everything. Don't use it. Work too great. So probably just be hunting in the morning. But the acorn crop this year is phenomenal. So I'm hoping that's the ticket to success up there on this new property. We shall see.
Yeah.
So we've established that Hannah will probably shoot the first animal. 380-inch bull for Kyle.
Day one.
Huh?
Day one. Those that bar will be lowered as we go.
Hey, if I see a doe, I'm shooting it. Hey, look at that. Oh, I got him. Yeah. There is no like. Well, you've hunted with me before. You know how I am. I don't pass deer because very rarely. Because where I grew up hunting, the neighbors shot everything that breathed, and if you got an opportunity to shoot one, you took it because you had no idea if you were going to get another one the rest of the season. Yeah. So that comes from. But I'm still that way. If I have a good opportunity, I'm not passing it up. Go ahead.
Well, I want to put this out here on the channel. I have enough doe tags that I'm not really worried about meat. I have 2 shooter bucks that I am after this year I am going to try to hold out for either one of those two deer. So unless some random monster walks by, but I'm going to see if I can kill one of these two big bucks I got on camera.
I'm not there. I shot the biggest deer of my life last year, and not because I held out for him. It just happened to happen that way. So, I get just as excited seeing a doe and two fawns as I do seeing a buck, really. I mean, now as the rack size increases, my excitement level may go up a little bit, but man, when I see a doe, my my heart is beating in my ears, my mouth is dry. So if I ever lose that, I'll probably quit hunting. But as long as that excitement's there.
Well, the wife really wants a deer on the wall, so yeah, she really wants a. She wants a. At least that's the way I understood it, but I could have interpreted that wrong. I don't know.
I think you did, brother. I don't think she's a big fan of taxidermy. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I just think she says that because she doesn't get to look at a lot of it.
Okay.
So I'd like to get a wall hanger. I got to try to catch up to Kurt. He's just slaying them and slapping them on the wall. So
yeah, we didn't get one last year.
No, he gave him a break.
Yeah. Last year was really warm during the rut, though. I will say that. This climate change is really affecting us.
Yep.
You know how that is. Can't argue the science, brother. Gotta trust it.
Yeah.
So, I am hoping we actually get some cooler weather this fall. We've been on a pattern of really warm falls, which is, man, just something about that frost in the air and the leaves changing.
Yeah, it's almost like opening morning should have been this morning.
Yeah. It was 47 at my house this morning.
Was it? Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Get it? Anyway.
Yeah.
Dad joke.
Good one.
So when you get back from your elk hunt and we have the kill shot footage, we will be dropping that. And then we'll go directly into chasing monster whitetails in Perry County. So that's the plan for right now anyway. Anything else?
No, I probably should go keep getting ready for this thing. So
packing.
Yeah.
My wife is a wonderful packer. I usually let her do all that kind of stuff. When I stick my nose in it, it doesn't go so well.
Yeah.
All right, man. That's it. Thank you for tuning in to the Two Hunting Preachers podcast inaugural.
There we go.
Inaugural live stream.
Inaugural.
This will shortly be available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all those other platforms whenever you want to watch it. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in. If you have any questions about anything that was any opinion given on the podcast tonight, please direct those to Kyle. If you have any praise for the podcast, please send that to me. We will see you next time.
See ya.